history in Africa, justice must be viewed as part of an integral system of governance that promotes human development generally and national reconciliation and healing in advancing the welfare of the people away from elitist notions of justice in Africa. There is, however, one other argument that the ICC is useless and biased towards Africa because former President George Bush or Prime Minister Tony Blair are not indicted by the ICC or other international jurisdiction. Also of concern is the fact that the ICC is overwhelmed with cases from Africa. In light of the foregoing discussions, those arguments are untenable and cannot be used to shield war criminals in Africa from justice, which is not possible in their home countries. I don't think anyone have made a clear and credible case for prosecution of those individuals before the ICC. Apart from the United States not being a signatory to the ICC, a criminal process has to begin with criminal investigation and considering the quality, credibility, and independence of the judicial systems of the United States and Great Britain, anyone can develop a sustainable legal theory and pursue justice against the two former leaders in their respective home countries or elsewhere as they see fit. But to decry the ICC on that basis is unfair and untenable. It is our prayers that African leaders will develop a sense of ownership, not only of judicial processes, but of leadership generally in Africa, where governance will be by the people, for the people, and for their good, in which the interest and good of society will be supreme, will be the supreme most.
We are not cultivating a culture of omniscience. It is said that the media is the first point of history. We write newspapers. We write a product called newspapers and news compete. It is up to the civil society to compete for space alongside the politicians. And how do you do that? Rise above the bar and create a new wave of doing it. Because if you stand here and react to the politics and do the politics that have been done in the past, then you're not raising above the bar. How I would appreciate if this debate was in Kibera, if the debate was in Kibera, or if the debate was in Rogosho, or Kawangware, or in my village in Tarbo, in Eldoret. If this debate was being done there, then this would be a very helpful debate, and it will still get your space in the media. And I'm not saying that this is not a story, but if you analyze yourself and you're the journalist who has been assigned to this function, what story would you sell to your editor? You've not given us any story from what you've said all through, except from the Liberian gentleman. So you will take the news and you will miss the news, despite all what we talk about. Mine is a challenge, that as much as we want, I subscribe to justice for everyone, because I did not send anyone to kill for me. So they should all face proper justice. But at the same time, when you throw a challenge to the media, be careful that you also live into the same challenge. Thank you very much.
Then I ask, now, Mr. Ocampo, what was the crime of Uhuru Kenyatta? Uhuru Kenyatta, as far as I'm concerned, saved the life of my mother and my brother's family from Kakamega. He facilitated an airlift from Kakamega to Nakuru and the transport of my mother from Mel